Hi, I'm Mike. Everybody's asleep. It's 5:45 a.m. and today I get to take you along for a day in the life of our Wyoming Life. Good morning and welcome to our Wyoming Life. We're here in the shop, and today I get to drag you along with me for an entire day of ranching in Wyoming. Of course, ranching isn't all I do every day around here. I have a family that needs taken care of, and of course, since starting this YouTube thing, well, that's changed things a lot also. And you're going to be there for all of it today. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and join us in a journey that we only started a few years ago. Come explore the ranch life with us and escape the ordinary. Today, we have a busy day. It's Thursday, and that means that tonight we have a live stream on YouTube where we get a chance to sit down and hang out with you, answer questions, and keep you up to date on what's going on out here at the ranch. They're always a lot of fun, and if you've never had a chance to visit one live, we invite you to do so. We do them every other week on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So today we have to be done by, let's say, around 6 and back in the house to set up for the live stream. We have a super full day ahead of us, and like most days around here, it starts with feeding the cows. Sunrise is officially at 6:30 this morning, but first light is right around 6 o'clock, and the cows, they look hungry. They're waiting for us at the gate, and as soon as we cut net wrap and pull it off, we can get to laying out the food. This is one of my favorite parts of the day, especially when the weather's nice. We're expecting temperatures into the low 40s, little wind, sunshine on and off, but for March in Wyoming, I'll take it for sure. With the cows fed, we can now head back to the shop and grab the last sack of food for the steers. This adds something to our list for the day. We're going to have to replenish our supplies, so that means later on today we're going to have to take a trip to town to get some more. But for now, we head out through the barn and feed these guys their corn, oats, and barley for the day. After getting the steers their breakfast, it's a quick walk over to the chicken house where the chickens and geese come out to greet the day. The heifers currently live right next to the chicken house, so they're our next stop. These group of girls are due any day now. They've been pregnant for the last 9 months, and this is their first time. We keep a close eye on them, and we keep them close to the barn, mostly for the ease of checking them. But also, if anyone has a problem with calving, then we can bring them into the barn pretty quickly, where we have the tools to help them out. While we're here, we're going to fill up their water, and while that's filling, we're going to run over to the house and get the gator, which I left out last night and is thoroughly frosted up. Quickly scraping off the windshield with a credit card, we can head over and check waters across the road. The calves' water gets turned on, and we stop and check the bull's water, which is good and doesn't need filling today. Back in the shop, we get a breather while we wait for waters to fill. Erin has a meeting this morning and has to leave the house about 8. She's meeting with the State Assistant Director of Sensible Nutrition, where they're going to talk about farmers market and farmers market's role in feeding the less fortunate. With the clock ticking on that, it's back out to turn off waters. First back over to the calf water, turning that off, and then I catch a glimpse of Mackenzie's bus coming over the hill. I haven't seen the kids yet today, and this is my last chance to see Mackenzie until tonight. So I usually try to make it to walk her out of the house and onto the bus to see her off for her day. With Erin getting ready to leave soon, I'm going to get to hang out with Grace and Lincoln until it's time for Grace to go to school. Then we're going to take her to school, which means we need Erin's car because her car has the kids' car seats in it and my truck does not. So Erin will take my truck to her meeting. Now, she's probably not going to want to take a stock trailer too, so let's get that disconnected for her. So far, so good. Our day is coming together nicely. And now we can take the truck back to the house, grab the gator once again, and shut off the heifer water. Then it's back into the house where Lexi, our dog, meets me, and we are just in time to catch Erin as she's heading out the door.
Bye.
She'll be back this afternoon, and until then, it's time to get some kid time in and get some work done in the house. The kids want to color, so we're printing out some coloring pages for them, and with Grace's help, we pick out a few. Then the kids settle into their coloring project, and I settle in to some YouTube. We get around 50 new comments per day on YouTube, around 10 emails, and also 20 or so comments and inboxes on Facebook. So first, we get to answering those. Sometimes the going is slow.
Look at that. That is very cool. Look at that. Wow. You want it back?
But it doesn't bother me. We'll get done what we get done. And I know that everybody understands that. And most are very patient about replies. Soon I'm all caught up, for now. And I can get to working on our new channel trailer, which will be debuting in a few weeks. The phone calls start rolling in, and before we know it, it's time to load up kids and take Grace to school.
My daddy spent his life looking up at the sky. He'd cuss, kick the dust, saying, son, it's way too dry. The clouds up in the city, the weatherman complains. But where I come from, rain is a good thing. Rain makes
After dropping off Grace, Lincoln heads up to spend some time with Grandma, and we're back to work. Erin's new high tunnel is supposed to arrive today at 3 p.m., but of course, it's early. So we head out to get it unloaded off the back of the transport truck. It comes in 3 rather large boxes, 2 of which have been somewhat destroyed in transit, which we find out as soon as we try to take the first one off the truck. The second pallet is just as damaged and of course falls apart, just like the first. The third box, however, is intact and comes right off the truck. But we do have a mess to clean up. All of these parts need to be inventoried to make sure that we have everything. But for now, we're going to take the intact box, which holds the cover for the high tunnel, into the shop. The rest, we're going to load up and store in the sales barn for now, until we can get the inventory taken care of. Loading it piece by piece and hauling it over to the sales barn, dropping it off, then headed back for more. 3 trips should do it, and it may not look pretty, but it's here, and that'll make Erin happy. Now that Erin is back and the pickup is back, we can head into town to get the food for the steers that we ran out of earlier. A quick trip to town takes us to our local feed and ranch supply store, where we get a ton of corn, oats, and barley, or COB. That'll last them a few weeks. The pallet is loaded onto the truck using a forklift, and we are out and back home, where we can unload it. But first, we need to cake the cows. We have to move the cake trailer anyway to bring in the new pallet of food, so we might as well cake them. Loading 300 pounds of supplemental food for the cows, full of vitamins and protein they need in order to keep themselves and their calves healthy. Warmer temps today have started the snow melting, and it's a bit messy out in the field, so we try to lay down the cake in the driest parts of the field. Once our cake has been spread out, we can drop off the trailer. Caking for me usually means the beginning of what I like to call my rounds on the ranch. Every day I like to put eyes on each and every animal we have around here. Caking the cows gets them all lined up for me to check out, and we can make a quick trip around them looking for anything that might catch our eye. Then it's back over to the heifers, checking on them once again. I'm very sure they get tired of me poking my nose in their business constantly. But the minute I decide not to check on them, well, that's when they'll need me. That's how it usually works. So they'll learn to put up with me over the next month or so, as will the cows when they start calving as well. After the heifers, we can check on our steer and heifer calves that we've kept back from last year. These heifers won't be ready to breed until summer, and the steers will be raised and finished for next year's beef production. Then comes another of my best parts of the day. Every day, I spend a few minutes with the horses. They don't get worked a lot during the winter months, and we keep them purely for recreational riding. But with the amount of snow and ice that we have on the ground, we choose not to risk injury and let them live out most of the winter in their corrals and pasture. Each day, I go visit them, bring them a few treats, and get to hang out. They get the attention that they need, and I get my horse fix. Bria is our quarter horse, and Hyro is a paint draft mix. They're both extremely friendly, and we all look forward to our daily visits. The clock continues to tick as our live stream is coming up quick, and we still need to get the pallet of food off the pickup. First, moving the pallet of cake out of the way in the shop, then heading back out. A ton of food is very close to the tipping weight of the Bobcat, and we have to be careful getting it off of the back of the pickup and into the shop. That done, we can fire up the incinerator and burn some used net wrap before heading back into the house, catching the kids having dinner, and Erin making ours. Looks like French dip. Dinner is served as Erin and I get a chance to catch up on our day. I get to tell her how her brand new high tunnel is laying in a pile in the sales barn, and she tells me all about her morning meetings. Before we know it, it's time to send the kids up to Grandma's house, along with the dog, a short walk across the yard and into Grandma's garage. The computer is quickly set up along with the camera. Wires are run, software is fired up. Erin gathers up the cats, who probably plan to jump on us at some point in the live stream, and the clock keeps ticking. And before you know it, it's showtime.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another edition of Ranch Talk. It's March 1st.
Yeah.
Spring is coming eventually.
Baby cows coming any time now. So make sure you get us on Facebook and Instagram. You'll see them there first.
Do you know where Torrington is? Torrington is south of us. We get hay from Torrington. So anyway, we could probably do this all night long. We really do appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Like I said, like us on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram. We're hitting that 20,000 mark, 25,000. We're going to have another giveaway. And feel free to leave a comment, send us an email. We're always here for you guys, and we count on you guys being here for us, and that's more important than anything.
Thank you.
So have a great night, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life.
With the live stream complete, Erin's heading up to Grandma's to get the kids, and I'm headed back out to finish up a couple more chores for the night. We need to close up the chicken house and check those heifers again just one more time. Each and every day on the ranch is totally different, and most days you never know what to expect. When it comes to living the life you love, it all comes down to the little things. Being able to stop by the house and hang out with the kids for a few minutes, or visiting the horses, or even driving across an open field. I never would have expected this life to grow on me the way it has over the years since Erin and I first came here. We were blank slates thrown into a life that we knew nothing about, and I really believe that we were able to take this life and make it not only into something that we can live with, but something we love. So take the little things in your life, no matter what they may be, a sunrise, a phone call with a friend, maybe just some peace and quiet. Because when it all comes down to it, every day is just a series of little things, and those little things make big things happen. I never in a million years would have guessed life for me would have become a juggling act of ranching, kids, family, and YouTube. But now that it is, I wouldn't have it any other way. And even if one of those things were missing, there would be a huge hole in my life. We are very lucky to have what we do, and we're lucky to have you along for the ride. Thanks for taking your time to follow me for the day. I am pretty much done, and I hope that you have the energy left to like this video, find us on Facebook, and continue with us as we explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. Until next time, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life.